they are not members of the association.
Expired.
Expired. Security, take this guy to the front desk. No, seriously, for those that aren't members or expired, we need to renew out front desk. That's for Bash and Karen. They'll be able to take care of it. It's a cheap way to learn about your business. It's a cheap way to have information for the law. Yes, thank you. Those kind of things. We would also have a vendor card from all the auctions. You get a one-time deduction on your bike fees up to $200. I've got like $24 on mine.
It's way worth it.
It's way worth it. It pays for my membership every year. I do this for free. I know. It's great. So, if you get any of those auctions and stuff, use those things. Don't forget it. Don't use them, you lose them. As simple as that. But we've got a great speaker here today. We've got Jameson from AutoSweet, and here we have one dealer here that uses them here, and he's actually here with us to get some more information. Look, excited to see everybody. Excited to have you here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, my name is Jameson. I'm with a company called AutoSweet. Has anybody heard of AutoSweet before?
What's so sweet about AutoSweet?
You what? What's so sweet about it? Well, we're going to talk about it, okay? So I'm here to talk to you today about how to market like a franchise going into next year. We're going to talk about things that you can do yourself. It's supposed to be educational, but obviously if you're working with a partner like us, I like to equate it to going to the dentist, right? I'm really good at brushing my teeth, but I still go to an expert a few times a year. That's kind of what my company does. So again, here to help talk about things that you can do yourself, also things that you can rely for some expertise on as well. So we're a Meta business partner, a Google advertising partner. Those aren't badges you get working in your mom's basement. They're kind of a big deal. Our company, does a lot, has direct representation with both companies there. Cool. So, holistically, we want to talk about driving traffic. We know that not everyone's going to buy. Turning that traffic into leads. And then taking the 3 to 5% that are actually going to buy, feeding them, making sure that your vehicles are being seen month over month, time over time, because it is a 60, 90, 120 day process a lot of times, right? Not everyone's buying today. That's okay. They don't have to buy today, right? So, what does Google look at when ranking businesses? Is everybody familiar with this? This is a Google free pack. I use it all the time, right? When I do these speaking engagements, I'm going out, I don't know what I'm going to eat, right? Hey, maybe I'm looking for Mexican restaurants near me, right? Google looks at businesses. It looks at how well your listings are. If you guys have ever moved locations, maybe there could be old information hanging out there. When it comes to address, could look at phone numbers if you've ever changed phone numbers, or website URL. So we call it the NAP, name, address, phone number, URL, making sure all of that's consistent. Also looks at some of the free tools that it provides when it comes to profile management, right? Are you managing your profile? Are you posting photos there? Is your business a living, breathing thing online? Also, reputation, right? Do you have positive things that are being said about your business? What's the experience like before, during, and after the sale? I want to know. So we talked about this. Why is local listing so important? Nearly 50% of all Google searches have local intent. So if I'm looking for a used car, right, I want to know what's happening near me. I'm not going to make you drive 2 or 3 hours, right? In some cases I can if I'm looking for something unique. But again, what sets your business apart? You want to make sure that that NAP view is consistent. Google's looking at that. You may say, who cares about Yelp? Who cares about MapQuest? Those are things that are 15, 20 years old. Google cares. Google's looking for consistency across the web. How about this? We kind of talked about this, right? Are your photos up to date? I was doing one of these a few weeks ago, and the dealer came up to me and said, hey, my main profile photo is from 4 years ago. How do I change that? I said, well, it sounds like you haven't been in there for 4 years, right? Are you making sure that your business is reflected online the way you want it? And these are really cool. So your business here can be a living, breathing entity with the inventory. This is something that we get overnight that's updated all the time. When you add a vehicle, you can absolutely make sure that it's on your Google business profile automatically. you delete a vehicle, when you sell that vehicle, it automatically comes down. This is a great way to build free website traffic. We call this a Google VDP, so it's a Google Vehicle Detail page. There's a link on there that will take someone to your website. Get people off of Google where they're shopping everybody's vehicles to your website where they're shopping strictly yours. Why? So you can follow them around, but we'll talk more about that. How about this? Reputation. One of the things that my company does so well is we tie in with every major DMS out there. So what that means is when you sell a vehicle and you're collecting an email address at the point of sale, is everybody in here collecting an email address at the point of sale? Are some people afraid to raise their hands? It's extremely important, right? It's extremely important. I mean, what's better than a returning customer, right? Make sure that you're staying in touch with that person too, right? Loyalty. But gathering an email address at the point of sale, my company will actually feed them a customer satisfaction survey that says, are you satisfied or not? I mean, when is someone most excited about a purchase, right? The same day, like, I just bought this car, I want to go tell my friends about it, I want to tell my family about it. Put it on steroids, right? Put it on steroids, make sure that the world can see it. They say they're happy, I want to take them to the places that matter most for you, right? And you should be doing this anyways. Put QR codes out there, incentivize your sales teams, right? Give them a $20 Amazon gift card if they get a review. It is well worth it. It is a small cost up front for a residual cost, right? We're talking about, selling vehicles, the second largest purchase that someone's ever going to make. I'm not making that decision hastily, right? In like a day, right? I want to know, again, what the experience is like before, during, and after. And if someone says they're not satisfied, we have a way to capture it and send it to you offline. So you get an email that says this person wasn't satisfied, right? You can address it offline before it becomes an online issue, right? So your reputation is really a cornerstone, not just your business, it's any business, right? It goes back to my example of restaurants, right? It goes back to the example of retail. Having your listings, your Google profile, your reputation, these are cornerstone foundational things you absolutely have to be doing this year, and especially into next year. Responding to reviews. Who here is really good at responding to reviews? Good. That's awesome. Who here is not good? My company will respond to all 5-star reviews automatically. If it's 4-star or lower, you get notified, right? Regardless, if you're using, let's go back to my example here, a dentist, right? If you're going to use an expert or not, you need to be responding to these, right? What is the experience like? If someone leaves a negative review, are you going to fight with them online about it? That's not a great look for me as a consumer, right? Like, hey, this guy didn't love this, and by the way, the owner's now fighting with him online. No, make sure you're addressing it professionally, saying, hey, please reach out to me directly, putting your phone number out there, whatever it is, personal email, things like that. Now we're going to talk a little bit more about driving traffic and leads. So everything so far has kind of been foundational when it comes to the Google Business Profile, which absolutely can drive traffic. This can drive traffic as well, though. Is everybody familiar with these? I get them all the time, right? T-shirt companies, shoe companies, whatever I'm looking at, their inventory. It could be inventory, like I just mentioned, retail products, it could be inventory, vehicle inventory, right? Hit people where their eyes are the most. What I really love about working at AutoSweet is essentially we're a team of developers, right? We've developed a way to put the pricing on the vehicles. Say, why is that so important? When I'm looking for anything online, whether it's on Amazon or Google, whatever it is, I'm looking at the product and the price. Be transparent with your customer. Even if you don't have the best price out there, why? You're getting a higher quality click-through from the beginning by being transparent. Someone's not getting sticker shock on the back end. That's a wasted click for you, right? Be transparent from the beginning. I'm looking for that pair of shoes, right? Product, price, and then I'm looking at the reviews, right? How do the shoes fit? Are they too big, too small? Are they comfortable? Are they not? Be transparent. I'm not young by any means. I'm 40 years old. Thank you. I don't have Facebook on my phone though. I have Instagram. You're reaching a different audience. Make sure that you're everywhere. You might have more of an audience on Instagram. The nice thing about working with Meta and their AI tools is they'll recommend you do that. You might have a different audience that you don't even know is there. And these, who's familiar with Instagram stories? They are the hottest thing since sliced bread, right? There's an ad between every single story. Make sure it's your vehicles. Same thing with these reels. Facebook's answer to TikTok, right? Stupid little videos. My wife catches me all the time. Hey, what are you doing on your phone, right? I'm sucked into these 10-second, 20-second videos. I'm hearing some chuckles because I'm not the only one, right? You get sucked into these videos. But guess what? In between every single one, there's now ads. These are independent dealers, just like you. Right? There's 28 placements in all across the Meta properties. Make sure that you're there. Make sure that you're everywhere, meeting your audience where they're at. I really like these. Who here focuses on financing? We've developed a way to actually take people off of Facebook to a financial app landing page. Say, why would you do that? You can't ask financially invasive questions inside of Facebook. We consider it prejudicial. But if you take them off of Facebook and you're marketing to them in a way that they want to be marketed to, talking to them about things like, hey, do you have a driver's license or just an item? How much do you think you have for a down payment? I recommend taking all of this information and pushing it to your CRM. The reason this is so powerful is because we're listening to dealers when we ask these questions, right? How many in here use car gurus? A lot of you aren't raising your hands. Cars.com, right? Listening to dealers, hey, what information is important to you? This is stuff you can do yourself. A lot of times you can cut out the middleman. The reason we have a business at AutoSweet is because we connect you directly with the consumer. Things you can do yourself. You don't have to rely on the middleman all the time, right? How much money do you think you make on a monthly basis? How long ago did you have bankruptcy? How good or bad do you think your credit score is? Do you have a driver's license or just the item, right? How much do you think you have for a down payment? And then the real physical information about the prospect. So everything we've talked about so far has been getting people to your website. But that's only half the battle, right? We talked about, hey, can we get 3 to 5% of these people to actually buy, right? If I'm pushing 100 people to my website, can I get 2, 3, 4 of them, right? Follow them around. Happens all the time. Who here has been looking for anything online and all of a sudden you're looking at your news, weather, and sports and you notice that thing following you around, right? All the time, right? Second largest purchase someone's ever going to make. Doesn't mean I'm making it today, right? I'm going to take my time. I know I need a new car, right? I'm just starting my search, right? When we follow people around, we don't take them back to the website. We ask them for custom information that we push to a CRM. These are things that you can do lead forms inside of Facebook and Instagram. Do you have a vehicle to trade in? How soon are you looking to buy? What is the best way to contact you? Is it phone, text, or email? We've actually developed a way to put the exact VIN of the person that they clicked on in the lead form. So you know the vehicle they clicked on out of that carousel of 10 or 20 before you reach out to them. You know that, hey, if they're interested in this Ford Fusion, you have an idea, like, hey, maybe I can't get them in that. Maybe I can get them in a Honda Civic, or whatever you have, right? 80% of the time, someone who comes to your dealership, I'm guessing, has an idea of, hey, I want this, whatever it is, SUV. They're not going home with that, right? You have to get them into something else that they can actually afford. They want the champagne on the beer belly budget, right? This is what happens, right? So you have to work with that. But having the information up front is crucial. Who in here has a Spanish audience? Are you marketing to them that way, right? Are you reaching them in the language, or is reaching them the way they want to be reached, right? And I really like these. These are Google vehicle listing ads. If you're not familiar with these are one of the best ways to drive traffic to your website. Picture ads, someone searching for the exact vehicle that you have in stock with the photo now at the top of Google. These are extremely powerful. Following people around everywhere. Second largest search engine out there. We haven't even talked about it, YouTube. You have your inventory there, right? You can stitch together little slideshows automatically. The pictures of your inventory, YouTube will take that. Put it in between videos, right? There's ads in between those videos all the time. Follow people around to their Gmail, right? The display network. This is extremely important too. My company's a founding member of the ASC. I don't expect anyone in here to know what that means. It's the Automotive Standards Council for Google Analytics 4. We want to measure what's happening on your website. What good is all this stuff that I've talked about today if you're not measuring, right? You should know what people are doing once they get to your website. Those vehicle listing ads I just showed you at the top of Google with pictures, we've been doing this long enough now. I know, I can spit off the top of my head, people spend 3.5 to 5.5 minutes on your website once they get there from one of those ads. They're extremely powerful. Make sure that you're getting people to your website. Why? So you can measure it. None of this is any good if you're not looking at it, right? Break it down. Where are your forms, calls, and chats coming from, right? You're busy. You want to know that stuff. My company has a dashboard that can easily tell you these things. Offline sales. Are you measuring where your sales are coming from? Clicks, impressions, turned into sales. We do this by feeding the DMS hashed information back through to Facebook. It will spit out whether someone viewed an ad, whether they clicked on an ad, what they bought, what price they paid, what campaign they were served. Full transparency, right? You need to be measuring these things, right? None of this is any good if you're not measuring. Collecting email addresses at the point of sale, basic things, right? That can be extremely important for your business. So what's 2025 have in store, right? Well, we're now experimenting with WhatsApp ads, right? Facebook acquired WhatsApp a few years ago. Now it's becoming a major advertising platform, right? And how about these? Discounted pricing now in the vehicle listing ads. You give us 2 prices with your inventory feed, Google is now showing a discounted price. So, actions you can take today, right up there. You can also get a free audit with us. You scan the QR code. We're going to be at the table all day. For any questions, stop by and grab some candy, but I'm happy to take any questions now about anything that I've talked about or anything when it comes to next year. No questions? Not a one? It's just all transparent, right? It's just so simple, right? Yeah, go ahead. Go.
So,
Someone's got to be the first one.
Instagram versus like marketplace.
Yes.
You know, what's your feedback from either one? Instagram's a higher focus than what marketplace is?
So Facebook doesn't have the ability for a business to post inventory to marketplace anymore. They built that 2 years ago. I'd encourage you from personal pages, they built it as a peer-to-peer platform, right? I'd encourage you to continue to do that. I'm not saying one is better than the other. Put your inventory everywhere, right? You're going to have different people that are searching different ways, right? You're going to meet me at a different place than where you would be searching, right? We have different tastes, right? But make sure your inventory is in as many places as possible. Yeah.
Okay, so Instagram, how do you put your inventory on Instagram?
Yep.
How does that work?
It's a great question. We're actually doing it for you. So we take your inventory feed, and you have to have a way to do this where you feed it to Facebook a particular way. But Facebook basically says, hey, these are the types of placements that you can allow. We will automatically, with their machine learning, the AI stuff I was talking about it, allot it to where we know that the in-market shoppers are the most. It's an automatic thing, so you don't have to worry about it. Again, they're trying to make it easy on you, so you keep coming back to them, spending more money with them, right? None of these companies are a non-for-profit. So they want the user to have a good experience. Why? So I keep coming back and keep researching on Google. Why? So they can sell more ads. Keep going to Facebook. Why? So they can sell more ads, right? So automatically, the inventory goes to whatever properties we tell it to. Yes?
I don't know if this question for you or not.
Yeah.
But you mentioned on Facebook, when you're answering questions, you have to be careful what you answer or what you ask.
Yes.
So let's say giving him my phone number to reach out to the office, that they keep asking me questions back and forth on Facebook page. So on the messenger. What can I answer and what I shouldn't answer on that?
So all I was saying is you can't ask financially invasive questions inside of Facebook. If you're using it for Messenger, I think you can ask whatever you want, right?
On Messenger, it's okay.
On Messenger, yeah, I would say, you know, Facebook doesn't allow you to ask anything, and this is any type of business. They don't want to be prejudicial when it comes to, like, I know, like the housing market, for instance, when it comes to financial information about getting a loan or something like that, right? They don't allow those types of questions to be asked in their ads, in the advertising.
What is the promotional AutoSweet for this month?
Yeah, so I mean, if you come to the table and talk to us, I mean, we have services that range from a couple $100 a month to, you know, over $1,000 a month. It really just depends, but we can work with anybody at any budget.
You guys, would you be able to guarantee a lead? And would you be able, like, as a dealer, I hear a lot of dealers, they would pay, what is it called? Third, what is it, yes, me?
What is it?
Bird something, I can't,
Bird dog.
Bird dog.
Bird dog.
Okay. We don't really guarantee anything. What I can promise you is we're going to be a top traffic driver for you, and we're going to feed you retargeted leads. There's no guarantee with any of those. I would tell you, you know, talk to any dealer that's using our services, that's happy, or come talk to us. We probably want to use a few in here. I don't want to call anybody out, but that have been on with us for several years, type of thing, right? Where it's like, hey, there's consistency with it. It's a great way to, again, cut out the middleman, drive traffic to your own site, leads to your own CRM.
How many websites you guys advertise? Like Google, like what makes you different between Cargo and?
How are we different than CarGurus? Well, we don't advertise. I'm not a third party, right? CarGurus takes stuff to their site, and then they spit you out a lead, right? I'm different. I want to push people to your site so they're filling out website leads, or push people to your CRM where they're filling out a lead there. So we're not a third party. It's different. Yeah.
How long have you been in business?
Yeah, so the company was founded in 2002. It started as an inventory tool. Yeah, and here, one of the other things I encourage you, please Google us and read our reviews, right? We don't have a million. We're a small company working with independent dealers, right? But it's like they're real reviews from people like you. I'm very proud of it. I wouldn't tell you to you know,
You don't produce leads, do you?
what?
You don't produce leads, you just produce leads in our website, correct?
Correct. I want to get people to your site, and I want to follow them around a second, third, fourth time. They don't get a lead form from me and push to your CRM unless they've shown interest by being on your site already. And I get them to your site in multiple different ways, from Google, Facebook, Instagram, right? So getting someone to your site, following them around, asking for lead information. Yes?
So I'm gonna get some ground cheesesteak, and I've been open for about a year and a half, and I'm doing very well. It's all been organic, mostly from Facebook Marketplace. The reason I decided to come today is I actually wanted to take that next step. And I just came back to digital dealers, so I talked to AutoSweet.com, and their numbers are terrifying. For someone that's been doing everything organically, but I want to get to the next level. So I'm impressed, I'm going to talk to you guys, because I'm doing so well with Facebook Marketplace. If I could just get more eyes on my inventory, I think it would take it to the next level.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
sounds like this is what you do wrong.
Absolutely. Yeah, try to think of it this way. When you're working with a third party, I'm not going to call any out by name, you are banking on every single person going to that one site to fill out a lead there. I'm connecting you on the largest platforms in the world. This is not a small thing. However, it can come at a small price with us. We are not expensive. So we are built to work with independent dealers just like you. Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube. I mean, you know, or you're banking on, hey, I'm going and sending someone to a third party, right? Get people off of all these large platforms to your site, shopping strictly your inventory. Yes.
Are you creating ads in all these platforms?
Yes. It's your inventory. I just want to take your inventory from whatever feed you guys use, Auto, Dealer Center, wherever you guys use it. It's usually your website provider.
Is there any website you don't know?
No.
Like I think cars.com doesn't work with somebody.
I work with everybody. The easiest one to work with.
And I want to address your question because you were talking about the car gurus, the auto traders, and those types of websites. You are paying them to put your cars on their sites and their sites only. Someone wants to see your car on car gurus, they go to car gurus. His service is different. He's putting you out on MSN Autos, on Google Ads, so you're getting a wider spread and you're getting retargeting where you're paying more on those individual sites to be on their sites. I don't know if that answers your question, if that was clear enough.
Yeah,
You're not responding to customers, though, right? We're responding to customers.
We'll respond. I am not, yes, I'm not a messenger service.
Okay.
Nobody knows your inventory better than you answer.
So are you using the AI for that?
Yes, I don't respond at all. You should be responding to your customers.
So if you're using the AI, isn't it the AI should respond back and forth to the customer to bring their attention to the,
Whatever you have on your website, that's not, I'm pushing people to your website. I can't control what they do after that, right? I'm an online billboard, right? Just because I buy Coca-Cola today doesn't mean that they stop advertising to me, right? In fact, I like the fact that they advertise to me. Why? I feel good about my purchase. I'm a part of something larger than myself. I'm in the Coca-Cola club, yes.
So in your explanation, you said that, okay, so you drive somebody to the website, they look at the website, they've shown some interest, and now you have a way to then follow them around after that?
Yes, retargeting, absolutely.
Okay.
And we're now developing a way to grab people's personal information. What I mean by that is now there's a way to actually serve you, where do they work? What's their email address? How much money do they make in a range? And we can feed that to some of our dealers. That's also around the corner. In fact, it's here, we're already doing it, but yes. It's data that's more rich than a traditional retargeting cookie. But yes, retargeting. You've been shopping for something online and you've seen it following you around. I know you have, right?
That's why.
I'm looking at photos of my kids, grandkids, I'm not their dad, on Facebook, on Instagram. I notice that pair of shoes following me around. I'm 70% more likely to buy something after seeing it more than once online. 70% more likely. It works. Beat people over the head until they buy, right? Weed out the ones that aren't going to buy. Make them feel good about their purchase afterwards, right? Who cares? These are going to matter, right? Make them feel good. Coca-Cola. Yeah.
So what is the cost associated, I mean, as far as what your service is offering, what is, like, the cost associated to your service?
So we have flat costs for our services, and then you have budgets that go directly to Facebook and Instagram. We're happy to do free audits with anybody and everybody as well. Zach has the QR code at the table. You can scan it, set up a time, talk to us individually next week. 15, 20 minutes to show you what you're doing well, what you could maybe use the dentist for, right? Back to my example. I'm really good at brushing my teeth. I still go to an expert twice a year. You should be focused on selling cars, not trying to market them, right? And these are things in here, I would say you can ask Jay, it's like, hey, you can compete with some of these larger brands, these franchises. They're not doing anything special, right? They're using an expert that knows what they're doing. Yeah.
When you advertise for us, or for instance, you put it out there, and I know that's a question for the advertiser, that how much would it be? Usually, what's the radius for that? Like the startup radius?
50, 60 miles. Advertise in your backyard. My company has it all down pat.
And if you wanted to go nation or bigger.
You're gonna need a bigger budget. What are they saying, Jaws? You're gonna need a bigger boat. You wanna go nationwide, you're gonna need a bigger budget.
So 50 is a starting.
50, you will do very well at 50. Where are you based out of?
Cleveland, Ohio.
You'll do very well. You'll do very well. How many dealerships within an hour radius are there of you?
We are, that's a lot of money, so there's tons.
I mean, how many am I gonna drive past to get to you, right? So again, an hour, what we've seen, our research shows, again, you're working with us for a reason, our research shows that 50, 60 miles is perfect. And again, if you have more unique inventory, let's say I'm selling Ferraris or whatever it is, pink Lamborghinis, sure, you're gonna want a bigger rate, that's not everybody's cup of tea, right? But, in most cases, what I'm talking about, again, what we're talking about, right? We'll guide you. Yes?
Can you pick like 1 month to be like to reach more people? Because let's say now I have a very unique car. I'm glad you mentioned that. Every once in a while we will have a good unique car, and we want to reach more people. So can we customize the ad that 1 month we wanted to reach, let's say 100, 205, and then we go back to our routine?
Sure, we could do something like that. I don't always recommend it, but you could do something like that. You want to be consistent.
But it's doable and
It's doable. It's doable. I appreciate your guys' time. Please come visit our table. And thank you so much.
And just a quick program note, everybody, just so it wants to be served here soon. We've got an hour and a half to spend with our vendors during lunch. So make use of that time well, because we all want to be out there. And again, thank you for coming.